Welcome back. This is the Surge. This was what I was originally going to do, and then I got distracted when High on Life came out. So this is a little different, but this is more on along our horror bent that we've been going on. Yeah, let's get started. This is by Deck 13 and Focus Home Interactive. That's good. I have to hit the delete button. All right. Yeah, we'll see.
The ancient Greeks once said, "A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in." We tend to forget about this, tend to be careless, but we have to rise to the task together. It's up to all of us to sow those seeds, and it's up to us to nurture them towards growth. Creo is not just another company. With Project Resolve, we are building the path to the future. Follow us into a new era, a utopia for all mankind. With every launch, we're healing our planet, restoring its natural shield. A return to the green world we remember, where our children can once more play in the sun. Resolve is not only revitalizing the Earth, but its people too. We've all dreamed of it, and now Creo is making it a reality. Together, we're strong. Together, we can make a change. Unleash your potential with us.
It's a long introduction, but it's absolutely worth it.
Welcome. I know you're glad to be here. I am, and I'm glad to see ya. Creo, you know who we are, or at least you think you do. Everywhere you turn, we're there. Whether you see us or not. Maybe it's time to take a closer look. Creo is one of the world's largest manufacturers of consumer and industrial products, but we're so much more. And that's why you're here. At Creo, we're always reaching for the stars. See, we've always had our eyes on the big picture. From work in the third world, valuable minds in the city education initiative, and of course, programs like Project Resolve that benefit us all. Creo not only wants to change the world, Project Resolve, we aim to save it. There's no divide here. At Creo, we're all in this together. So welcome to your new life as part of the Creo family.
It's a little strange that this place is empty. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they've got, maybe it's a slow recruiting season.
Final stop.
We've arrived.
Russo Station.
Let's get up and get our stuff.
Exit to the right.
Oh.
Welcome
Oh dear.
to Creo. We're happy to welcome you as part of our ever-expanding family. Please proceed directly to registration.
Sure, but I hope you have an elevator. Ah, we can go this way.
All passengers, please proceed to job registration immediately. This station will be shut down shortly.
Welcome to registration. Creo believes in the right tool for the right job and the right person to wield it.
That's the complex. Got some plants in a jar, some rockets. We're not going that way. Those are security guards. We'll meet them later. This is our character creation
Please choose
screen.
from our two currently available positions and form an orderly queue.
I like the link
You
set.
will receive your personal work gear voucher after registration.
If you like living life in the fast lane, Creo provides you with the highway to success as a field technician. Light, versatile, state-of-the-art. Gear up and save tomorrow today.
The other set is the Rhino set. It's heavy lifting. I prefer the Lynx because it's faster. And speed counts. Alright, let's get suited up.
Rig installation program running.
Like, oh, Exo, gotcha.
Program complete. Patient sedated.
What?
Initiating surgery.
I'm not sedated. This is an awful like that sequence of Jacob Lee if you watch the Callisto Protocol videos. That much worse. Gore warning. Ouch. That was awful, but at least it's over.
Implanting neural link.
What? Something has gone very wrong at Creo. No points for guessing what happened. Disposal by transport unit? What the hell? Oh good, we're still alive. Oh hey, our legs work now.
You have been designated for disassembly.
Yeah, nobody likes smart-ass robots. So yeah, this is the Surge. The Surge is a action RPG Souls-like. And I have every piece of DLC, so there's a lot of shit gonna be popping up. We can dodge. We can go swing horizontal, hold to charge. Cool. Swing vertical. So the game makes a big deal about a mechanic that we'll go into in just a second. Depending on the weapon you're holding will dictate what kind of damage you do with each type of swing. So that's something to keep in mind. We have, I don't know what they're called. They're just, aha, scrap. But our soul's resources are tech scrap. Earth doesn't need resolve. Somebody's been making a mess. And these little robots are out to kill us because we're designated by the mainframe computer, as garbage. There's a bunch of mechanics that the game will explain better than I can. So I'm just gonna let it do that when we get to it. But right now we're just collecting scrap and trying to get our rig repaired because it is damaged. As you can see, there's a little light that's supposed to be somewhere in the back. It's not there at the moment because we got a bad install. Uh-oh. All right. Billy? Shit. So this is a problem. And a pit. That was my fault. That's areas higher level than you're supposed to be able to go to, and we're missing half of our HUD, so we can't tell that. But yeah, this is a Souls-like. We died, we drop our stuff. We get to start over. Alright, I'm gonna pause until I get back where we were. And we're back, and I picked up all our stuff. So there's this, you'll notice we've got a little bit of a, in the upper left-hand corner, we've got a little bit of a marker that just vanished. This game has like a weird auto heal feature. I don't quite understand it because it's never explained. But every once in a while, you'll just get health back. We also have implants that go in our rig that help us do stuff. Unfortunately, without the working power system, we're not going anywhere. And we can't use them. So we need to get... I mean, we can throw them in there, but half of them are unusable. This is useful. This is essentially a starter. But there's hot swappable and install only. Here we go. And here we go. Let's fix this shit up. Oops. And that music, that's the only song in the game that's not your power core seems to be defective. Working power cores need to use all your exo rig features. We're sorry for the inconvenience. So yeah, we can't even use the medical bay or workbench. But that song plays in every single medical bay, and hello, and it will get on your nerves. Yes, I can hear you. Do you want me to?
Are you still there?
Yeah, there we go.
Your rig has been damaged. Its distress beacon has been triggered. You need to get back into the factory.
Rig is damaged?
The rig seems to work for me.
There we go.
Honestly, it's the least of my problems. I mean, I can walk. Huh. Never thought I'd be able to say that again.
Well, that's good to hear, but the power core is damaged. You'll have to find a new one to make your rig fully functional.
I've just been attacked.
I don't know you. I'm surrounded by dead people here. Maybe someone would like to explain what's going on.
I'm sorry, I don't know. You need to get inside. Maybe you can make something to protect yourself. Operations always has a gear assembly.
How do I get to the factory?
Well, okay.
I don't know why I'm narrating this. Warren talks for himself.
I certainly don't recommend walking, but there should be a maglev station nearby. They're never far from ops.
Bye.
On my way.
Be careful, and don't forget to replace the power core of your rig, or you're not going to get very far.
So the main character's name is Warren. He's a paraplegic. Yep. Hey, that looks important. Hi. Well, fuck you too. He was paraplegic, and there's a whole story behind it, and we'll get to that. I'm not going to spoil it. But he came to Creo to essentially get his legs back. Exolift, oops, I hit the wrong button, sorry. Exolift out of order. Aggression implant, which we can't use because it's a, it's a very useful item, but we can't use it because it's a install only, hardwired. So hot swaps you can swap out at your convenience. Hardwired has to be loaded at a medical bay. There's also the exolift that'll come in useful later. We'll get to that. They're just essentially ladders, but faster.
Hello.
So we've been told by a lady on the radio that we need to get to the factory and get our rig repaired. So let's see about doing that. All locked on? Oh yeah. Also, this beeping noise is going to get on your nerves. But first, we need to kill a dude. Ow. Ow. Stop it. Stop it. I think we have to kill him with it, hitting him in the head. There you go. He's dead. Hooray. So that's the remains of the workers. Vital boost. That'll come in handy later. That's not that useful. All it is say like 10% health increase overall. what this thing's really good for. So, okay. So this is poorly explained. But you can target the shtick of the game, and you probably already know this if you've seen any of the advertising. The shtick of the game is you cut off the enemy's limbs, you can target their limbs and take them apart to get their resources. Weapons, armor, etc. And weapon and armor
Damn it, why
materials.
don't you listen? You need to upgrade your power core or replace it, otherwise you ain't getting through that door. If you keep trying to overload it without the proper power capacity, security is gonna end up all over your ass. You've come too far to get caught now. Those implants are worth thousands. This is our golden ticket out of here, man. Don't screw it up.
Unfortunately, without a working power core, we can't actually cut off the limbs. We also can't open that door because it requires a power core. So we might as well aim for the... Although, I kind of want that rig piece. The rig weapon. It's, either way, it's academic. Hello. There's a power core we can use. But now we gotta run back to... Thank you. We gotta run back to the med bay and get it installed. But now that we have it, we're in much better shape. There's a item on the other side. Also, it's making the controller vibrate, which I think is interesting. Yeah. So once we get this installed, we'll be in good shape and can start harvesting ourselves some limbs.
Hello.
I'm also going to see about turning that music off. It's entirely irrelevant. Fault detected. Okay, I can't do that until I get this fixed. Alright, come on. Hooray. Nice. Alright, and then this is essentially a tutorial on how to level up. But the nice thing is you can bank your tech scrap. We're going to get the aggression amplifier because that's useful. I'm going to get rid of probably the proximity sensor and swap it out with the mechanical counterweight because it gives you a damage boost. And all this does is give you 10 health. That's it. But there's a bunch of lore attached to these things. I don't know if I'm going to read these or not. The medical audit unit is essentially allows you to see enemy health. Mechanical counterweight just gives you a bonus to damage. The aggression amplifier is the one that's really useful. It gives you a health boost when you cut somebody's arms or legs or head off, or cut them in half. Anyway, I digress. We'll get there. And then we have this injectable, which is our healing item. It's limited use. It's only got 3.
Database restored. Checking database. Gear voucher detected.
Oh, good.
Gear voucher redeemed.
Do we actually get the gear, or do we just get the... Oh, we do get the gear. Cool. Except they only gave us half of it, the cheap bastards. But we got the schematic to build more. I'm actually going to see if we can build... if it'll let me. It won't. Interesting. I think we have to go to the next area before we can do that.
Take care.
But like most Souls-likes, as soon as you visit the bonfire, or in this case, the medical area, I hate this thing. Ow. Here we go. And remove the torso. What that does is gives us access to the schematic for the chest piece, which we need, because we don't have that, because they forgot to include it in our upgrade package. And we're going to do this. Be careful. If we get a critical hit, we're doing okay, but if we don't... So you can stun an enemy with a critical hit, but if you're hitting them in an armored spot, you get a new weapon. We're going to use it because it's much better. The Austere Vibro Cutter. It's a vibrating sword. It's supposed to be like a chainsaw without the chain, which makes it more reliable. Sorry, you didn't get to see that, but that was a decapitation, and it gave us the head link schematic. So now we just need to collect parts, and I want this guy's arm. Hey, buddy. Yeah, if you hit them in unarmored areas... Ah, shit. Thank you. They stun fairly regularly. But if you don't... Steer Spectre Bite. If you hit them in, like, armored sections, then they... I can't do favorites yet, but this is the, it's essentially, it's a plasma cutter. Like, manual plasma cutter, not like Dead Space plasma cutter. Hit them in armored areas, they don't stun much. You have to hit them harder, or more frequently. It's just a bit of a hassle, that's all. Each weapon has its own set of combos. Like if I do this, I have to get him with the second combo, otherwise it doesn't count. Also, each weapon has a different execution. We're gonna be kind of doing. I don't remember. Can we sneak? I think we can sneak. Maybe. Maybe not. Yep. There we go. If you don't target, the game will just... Whatever you weaken first will be what you get access to. And this is the exolith. Whee! Alright, that's enough of that. But these are circuits, essentially, that we just burn energy to... We destroy circuit breakers in order to force open doors. Yay. Doors. Mostly. I think it's just doors, frankly, now that I think about it. Yeah. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna take a leg because we need leg parts. But depending on which weapon you're using and how you swing it, like up, down, up or down, will dictate how much damage you do to that particular part. And you have to get the part to a certain damage level. Not these guys. These guys don't count. Later in the game, you have to get the part to a certain damage level, or you don't get... I think he's using a new weapon. No, he's not. You don't get, essentially don't get credit for it. However, if you take the arm with the weapon on it, you get not only the resources for the arm, but you also get resources for the weapon, which is going to be necessary for us to level up our weaponry and just make our lives so much easier. Alright, we've got a thing, sustaining array. That sustaining array allows us to maintain it. You notice the energy, our blue bar is draining. It will drain to zero. Sustaining...
We've had issues with Robert Weave again. This time about the exoskeleton program. He's refused to have the implant surgery. And we've explained it's hardly invasive, even offered to double his bonus. But no, thinks management will use it to control the workforce. He even brought up his union nonsense again. If he poisons the others, it could put us months behind schedule. It's amazing. He doesn't see it as making his job easier. I recommend termination. Yeah, we've put up with too much of his trash talking.
Yeah. The sustaining array will keep you at a minimum level, essentially. Here we go. And of course, this game is all about shortcuts. Each level isn't particularly large.
I can't believe they just fired Dr. Chavez. After the years of hard work and dedication she's put into this company. I suppose that's what you get when you stand up for your convictions. The worrying thing is, she's right. I've seen the data. We've got to keep working, now more than ever. Lesser people would give up, but she's not one of them. And if she won't, I won't.
That's a major plot point. Dr. Chavez is one of the major research heads on... Hey, buddy, I want your stuff. On the Project Resolve. That was a combo finisher. Taking out a chest piece is probably going to be the hardest resource to get. Of course, also, the targeting is kind of a pain in the ass. Also notice I'm doing much less damage to him than I would if I were targeting like an arm or a leg. But even so, each area has a specific weak point. So if I go here and I target the head is almost always a stagger regardless of how you hit. And you can actually kill it, in this case, kill the target before I get my lost my train of thought there for a second. Bunch of shit going on that we need to talk about. Before the energy gets to the point where I can start cutting off parts. So that's important. So next, a feature that was kind of unpopular with the game is that you gain levels and thus damage boosts with the weapons as you use them, which I think is actually a neat feature. But because this is a Souls-like, it doesn't quite work, because you're then discouraged from experimenting with other weaponry. Ooh, yeah. I don't know why that happened. Can't open it from there. It was a cool idea, didn't quite work in this context. Although I don't hit it. You hit it. Yep, so this one's all about the dismemberment. That was kind of this whole shtick. What was that? Oh, and the plasmic regenerator uses the energy bar instead of like a set number of heals to give us health back. I think it's because it's useful or usable consistently as long as you have energy. It's slightly less healing. Jesus. I'm sorry, did you need something? So one of the things that's probably going to get me a lot is this kind of wait to kill, where you're charging up the execution or the dismemberment sequence, and somebody hits you. Because you can be in the middle of a dismemberment sequence and you'll get hit and probably die because you weren't paying attention. But this is the whole sequence unlocked. Let's take these things out. These don't have weak points. They're just there's only a handful of drones in this game, but they don't really have weak points, so to speak. They just are. There are some drones that do have weak points, and those are really tough. And like Dark Souls, you get like the pile of resources thing going on. There's fall damage, so we don't want to fall. We can avoid it. But let's go ahead and head back to Med Center, because now we've unlocked a shortcut to the next section, Assembly A. And we're going to go ahead, and we've got some upgrading we can do, and we're going to see if we can get ourselves a full set of armor. I'm just going to dump all this stuff here. We've got a lot of upgrading we can do. And you notice one of those circuits was, oh yeah. As we upgrade, we get access to more implant slots, so we can actually slap in extra implants. So that one's useful, we'll take that. And this is a Creo Pt1 limited rig. Warren, again, this is story reason Warren has it, what is essentially a VIP rig. We don't have access to the oh, we do have access. I mean, I'm stupid. Okay, thank you. I know how assembly works. Yeah, we need the scrap, which we don't have because I just spent it all because I'm dumb. And then we need the parts. So we need, leg parts. And we can max out this thing but we need we need the parts for it. So right now we can only upgrade them to certain levels. I know how it works. And this allows you to craft at level, and this allows you to upgrade. And again, you can choose the level at which you want to upgrade these parts, so it's pretty neat. Useful for upgrading and all that stuff. I think in the sequel they integrated the whatchamacallit, the upgrading weapons and gear into the medical bags. So that was the thing you didn't have to deal with. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the video because we're at time, but that was the introduction to the Surge. Hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to just keep plugging away at this and all the way to the end. Thanks.